Now that the preliminary interview is over, is it true that there are front runners who fades during the interview round and there are some ladies na hindi pansin noon ay biglang nag-shine during the preliminary interview? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Eric the Explorer. Please help me grow my channel, and for those who are not able to subscribe to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification if you want to be updated to my channel. Okay, so before anything else, I would like to shout out to all of my friends, especially to Mr. Andre Platenia, Ms. Regina Paredes, Mr. Moy Asuncion, Joel Poblete, Romel Chanova, and of course, Jessie Han Oleta. They say that the preliminary interview is the gauge to measure on how our candidates will fare during the final round of the competition, which is the Q&A. And the Q&A is definitely the key to game changer and a crown determining factor. And pwede rin nating sabihin a crown losing factor. In this year's batch of MUP, meron naman talagang masasabi nating frontrunners na kung saan sila po ang nagli-lead sa mga topics po ng mga ating mga beauty pageant analysts kung saan mang beauty pageant site yan. Meron din naman tinatawag nating mga dark horse na candidates na kung saan sila ay biglang nag-shine in the finals at magiging sinasabi nating mag-snatch ng crown from the frontrunners. So still, it's anybody's game. It depends on the frontrunner kung paano sila mag-perform during the finals night. Kung meron mga snatcher dyan ng crown, well, talagang nangyayari yan kasi talagang normal yan sa beauty pageant. So after I watch a preliminary interview, okay, so masasabi ko meron talagang mga frontrunners na nag-face during the preliminary round of interview, and meron din namang mga contestant na hindi napapansin ang biglang nag-shine. Okay, so this is my list of the ladies na nagkaroon ng magandang impression para sa akin. Okay, so this is not in proper order. Okay, so I should say that this is in random order. Cristel Obelio of Baclan showed a very good impression during the preliminary round of interview. Okay, we know for a fact that she grew up in the States. She can speak fluent English, but still, she can speak Tagalog because she embraced the language so much. According to her, her mother instilled that they will speak Tagalog in their house. Of course, Pauline Ameling sa Bohol is the interview. Okay, so given na yon, alam naman natin kung gaano kagaling si Pauline when it comes to interview. She delivered a very brief and very honest answer to the question. But what bothers me is she shivers during this round kasi nga ang lamig daw, according to her. Sobrang baba siguro ng temperatura sa venue. Okay, but still she nailed it and she made it. And how about Marie Chris Castro of Muntinlupa? Okay, so first time ko po siyang nakita during the preliminary interview and she made a very good impression. Napakagaling, napaka-articulate. Okay, so she maintained her poise and composure during the whole interview. At first, there's a little giggle nung una ko siyang nakita, to the point that everything seems calculated nung una. But in the middle of the interview, nandun na yung fire, nandun na yung talagang, oh my God, this lady is on fire. Ang galing talaga sa interview round. Miss Cavite Billy Hackinson showed bravery when she said that she is a bisexual. Okay, so all throughout her interview, she was so relaxed. She maintained her composure. She was so natural and she's full of substance. Kung meron man na nangangain ng mikropono sa batch na ito, masasabi natin si Sandra Nicole Santa Maria, masasabi natin ay nangangain talaga ng mikropono. Miss Pasay is very articulate talaga. She is the version 02 of Nicole Cordobes. Napakagaling talaga magsalita. She sounds so empathetic when talking. Napakakita mo talagang, obviously, she is conversationalist talaga. Eliza Malinaw is so genuine and authentic to admit that she is nervous during this round of competition. Paulit-ulit yung sinasabi na nininervous siya. But in the middle of the interview, she managed it and she gained her momentum. And how about Rabea Mateo of Iloilo? Of course, pag Ilongga, gwapa. Okay, so na-mesmerize ako sa ganda ni Rabea because Rabea is the most beautiful contestant of MUP, no doubt, hands down ako talaga pagdating sa ganda ni Rabea. Okay, so forgive me sa mga taga-Iloilo because in the beginning, Rabea seemed struggle in the interview, but in the middle, she gained her momentum up to the end, hanggang sa pataas na pataas talaga yung momentum. Nandun na talaga si Rabea na seems that she is ready to face another round of interview kung meron man talagang second round of interview. Other candidate that impressed me so much is Ade Hetome Ariata of Oriental Mindoro. Okay, so being a doctor, of course, she speaks so well. She's very articulate. She's half Japanese and half Filipino, of course, and she speaks so fast because she had so many thoughts in mind. Okay, so natural. Okay, so ang sarap niyo pakinggan habang nagsasalita. I also like Miss Laguna during this round of competition. As a magna cum laude graduate, of course, she can speak so well. Her personality shines during this round of competition. I love Bella Ismaela Parañaque. She is so cool, so natural. She exudes confidence during the interview. And she is passionate about mental health community, and she is so calm during the whole process of the interview. Other girls who impressed me in the interview is Miss Romblon and of course Miss Kamsur Kia Moreno. Okay, so masasabi kong napakagaling din nila sa comm skills. And of course, Michelle Gumabaw nailed the closer interview as it solidifies her position as one of the front runner. I love when she said that green is the color of the champions. So guys, these are the ladies that should be kept in our radar till Sunday. I am positive that I can feel that these ladies might bring home the Miss Universe Philippines crown. Okay, so once again, this is Eric the Explorer saying thank you for watching this video.